Imagine waking up in your bed just like any other day. You get up, get dressed, pack your things, and now you're ready for work. You say goodbye to your beloved dog and head on right out the door. But instead of taking a train or a bus to work, you take a different method of transportation. A rocket. Your daily commute involves a trip to space, where you manage a space manufacturing plant. Sounds far-fetched, doesn't it? Traveling to space is for astronauts, right? When NASA ended the shuttle program in 2011, it seemed like no one would be heading to space for quite some time. But now, a new generation of space explorers are planning their missions. They've got big goals in mind, and they might even change the course of human history. So today, let's build our rocket and find out who is behind this new wave of space innovation. Next, let's check our engines and find out how they plan on conquering the final frontier, before finally blasting off to infinity and beyond, as we find out what going to space means for those just like you and me left right here on Earth. Yachts, mansions, and fancy cars don't seem to impress Earth's elite billionaires anymore. Space is the new playground for these kids who grew up on science fiction in the 60s and 70s and now have the money to make their dreams a reality. From Jeff Bezos to Mark Zuckerberg, it seems like everyone is heading to space these days. So, let's meet our future astronauts. The most visible and eccentric of these billionaires is Elon Musk. An article published in the Wall Street Journal on November 28, 2016, described Musk's mission and background. Elon got his start as a co-founder of PayPal before moving on to other endeavors, including founding Tesla Motors and his space exploration company, SpaceX, which he created in 2002. SpaceX's main objective is to colonize Mars, something Musk says could be possible as early as 2022. The same article goes on to describe many other pioneers in the race to space. Jeff Bezos, founder and CEO of Amazon, has been trying to go to space even longer than Musk has. He created his space exploration company, Blue Origin, way back in 2000. Blue Origin's main goal is to move manufacturing from here on Earth up to space, something he says could save our planet. British tycoon Richard Branson, CEO of the Virgin Group, founded his company Virgin Galactic in 2004 with the hopes of pioneering the space tourism industry. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen is the CEO of Vulcan Aerospace, a company that hopes to transport satellites to low orbit. Even Mark Zuckerberg, Stephen Hawking, and Russian entrepreneur Yuri Milner have teamed up to go to space with their project Breakthrough Starshot. They hope to answer the question, are we alone in this universe? Of course, none of these things come easy, and it takes a long time for these billionaires to plan it all out. So next, let's check our engines and find out how they plan on doing just that. Going to space is no easy task. When NASA ended the shuttle program, it seemed like all innovation involved with putting humans in space had slowed to a halt. But no longer. All those companies I mentioned before have teamed up to restart the space exploration industry. Take, for example, the electromagnetic drive, or M-Drive for short. An article published in Science World Report on November 21st, 2016, described how this new innovation is revolutionizing the future of space travel. This new type of engine doesn't require any fuel, and seems to defy Newton's third law, which states that for every action, you have to have an equal and opposite reaction. The engine works by bouncing microwave photons back and forth inside the cone-shaped cavity on the right-hand side of the engine. When the photons bounce off the larger end, the smaller end is propelled forward with no reaction at all. The motion created is both cheaper and faster than any engine used previously, making travel to Mars possible in just 70 days, as compared to the 300 days that it takes right now. Now, that's what I like to call out of this world. The second invention, prompted by this new wave of innovation, may seem a little unorthodox. Recycling urine. While not the best topic to discuss over dinner, recycling astronauts' urine is essential to longer space missions. An article published on Space.com on November 16, 2016, described how hauling tons of water from Earth to the International Space Station and beyond is both inefficient and costly. NASA has instead created a chemical solution called alternate urine pretreatment, or AUP. Just a few milliliters of the solution are released every time an astronaut flushes, allowing them to reclaim 90% of the water. Where others see liquid waste, NASA scientists see a vital resource paving the way for future space travel. Now, in case you're not as interested in recycling urine as I am, maybe you're a little more interested in how much is this all going to cost? Well, another stellar innovation seems to have the answer. Jeff Bezos and his company Blue Origin have recently managed to do something no one in the history of space travel has ever managed to do. Launch a rocket, land it successfully, and then launch it again. An article published on Smithsonian.com just this past December described how the cost of rocket propellant accounts for only 1% of the cost of going to space. The rest of the money, according to Bezos, is thrown away each and every launch by not being able to reuse the rocket and the expensive hardware in each rocket. Blue Origin was able to launch and land successfully their rocket, New Shepard, 5 times in just 1 year. No other rocket has been reused even once. Blue Origin's landing gear, if applied to all rockets, could reduce the cost of going to space by a factor of 100. So, now that we know who's going to space and how they plan on doing it, you might be asking yourselves, why are we going through all the trouble? Well, finally today, let's blast off and find out. The last wave of space innovation created hundreds of inventions that we use in our everyday lives today, things like cell phone cameras, ballpoint pens, and our modern water filtration systems. An article published in The Guardian on December 9, 2016, described how this new race to space could create just as many inventions, if not more. The gravity of these inventions can't be understated. Russian entrepreneur Yuri Milner and his team at Breakthrough Starship have pioneered a brand new technology in order to find out if there's life elsewhere in our universe. Self-healing chips. These chips harness the heat around them in space and use it to fix themselves from harmful space radiation, up to 10,000 times. While perfect for exploring the far reaches of our universe, these chips could have even farther-reaching implications right here on Earth. Can you imagine? Chips and then other technologies that can fix themselves. When applied to our smartphones, computers, and medical devices, all of our technologies could be made so much more durable. Now, hopefully you haven't completely spaced out yet, and can remember those other inventions I mentioned earlier, because they too have places right here on Earth. The electromagnetic drive, the engine that doesn't require any fuel at all, could be an answer to our climate crisis. It could also make dreams like flying cars a reality. NASA's Chemical Solution AUP could save millions of gallons of water around the world, especially in the countries that need it most. And as for making space more accessible, as those like Jeff Bezos are trying to do, that could change our society forever as well. Jeff Bezos dreams of an economy where items are manufactured in space and are then sent down to Earth, sparing Earth from the harmful pollution involved with manufacturing. This could be another solution to our climate crisis, but what if it's too late for our planet? Well, Elon Musk and SpaceX have an answer for that problem as well. They hope to colonize Mars, if this becomes possible. And as we've seen today, that may be a whole lot closer than you would think. This could be the single greatest event in all of human history. So today, we built our rocket and found out who was behind this new wave of space innovation. Next, we checked our engines and find out how they plan on conquering the final frontier before finally blasting off and finding out what this all meant for those just like you and me left right here on Earth. Now, hopefully you remember your job from earlier, when you travel to space each and every day and manage manufacturing plant. Well, it seems like you'd better start training, because that reality might not be so far away after all.